I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the rundown of how this is going to work tonight. So basically, Helen and I are both part of the Dream Team. The Dream Team is a huge, amazing organization within Team Beachbody, and we are led by a coach named Melanie, who has been the 4-time top coach in the whole entire network. So Helen and I, while we have never met, we work very much alongside each other, as we do with all of the different teams within our organization. That's the best part about this, is that when you start this kind of a business, you are not out there fending for yourself. You are learning alongside other women and lifting each other up and inspiring each other, just the very same way we do in our challenge groups. And I know a lot of my girls who are on here know what challenge groups are. Some of the newer people will not know what that is. Helen's actually going to talk about that in a little bit. But basically, our goal tonight is to kind of tell you what a coach does, first and foremost, and then how it may apply for you and how it might work in your lives. So I like to always kind of start, and I know Helen's the same way, with telling a little bit of a backstory. One of my biggest passions in this business is telling my story, because I think that's what makes each one of us so unique. My story began about 6 years ago. So my husband and I were married, and we had our first son. Things were really, really great. He was this perfect little baby, slept really great. I felt amazing. It was kind of like textbook perfect. So I started working out a few months after he was a few months old, and the weight was just never coming off. And lo and behold, I found out that I was actually pregnant with twins, which is why it was not coming off. So fast forward through that pregnancy, I all of a sudden had 3 babies under a year and a half, and my life had completely 180, completely different. And now in retrospect, I can understand that a lot of what I was going through was some postpartum depression and completely not recognizing my life anymore. It was at that time that I really needed something for me. I needed something to do that was going to be just for me, because when you have newborn babies in general, and then twins on top of that, every single second of your life is consumed with someone needing something from you. So my husband and I together came up with a plan that every single day, no matter what was happening upstairs in the chaos, I would come downstairs and just have a half an hour alone. And so that turned into working out, because I wanted something that would totally consume my attention and take my mind off of the chaos of new motherhood. And that's kind of where my fitness journey began. Now, fast forward about 9 months, and I had a really great, amazing transformation. I was able to lose all of my baby weight plus an extra 50 pounds. And this is all kind of with new babies at home. So everybody was really flocking towards me, wanted to know the secret sauce, wanted to know how I did it with all of this crazy life happening all around me. And so I just started very organically just kind of sharing my story. And it turned out that I was inspiring so many people around me that it almost became like a no-brainer that I had to turn this into some sort of a business, because I was getting so much joy out of seeing other people feel as good as I felt. And now fast forward so many years later, I've been doing this consistently since my babies were born. My girls are going to be 5 next month. So it's really been a huge blessing, in a way to keep my own identity in that mess of new motherhood. And I just have made so much growth, even beyond physical, so much growth mentally and mindset wise, because of this business that I started kind of on a whim in the chaos of that phase of my life. And it's really just been the biggest blessing. So my passion now is just to tell that story to anybody who will listen to it, because there is always something that people can relate to in each other's stories. So I think it's really important to kind of share that and let other people see themselves in you. And that's kind of really my passion. So Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this call and kind of give you all the details that you want to know about, I'm going to actually throw it over to Helen so we can sort of hear about how she got started, because I know her and I kind of started on very different paths. We're in different phases of life. We're in different countries. So let's hear how you got started too.
Yes. Well, hi, everybody. My name is Helen Rosado, and I am 57 years old. So I'm not sure how many of you in here are like young or young adults like me. Anyway, uh, my story is like totally different uh, than Steph, but in a way, it's the same thing. We end up in the same thing. So when I remember when I started like menopause and all that stuff, I found myself with a lot of issues, health issues. My hair was so long when I came here into the United States. But then all of a sudden, everything started changing in my body, and all of the hair, I almost uh, was bald, you guys. Like I had like shiny spots right here on the top. And it's because all these issues that I had with the menopause. So I was like, there's has to be something out there that can help me. And one day I saw somebody that they were talking about something that they were doing, and that they had to drink it every single day, but they were going to the to cut their hair every 2 weeks. So that caught my attention, and that's how I started. And I, kind of like got curious. But I was just doing what everybody does. You join a challenge group and you love it. I love it because that's where I was free. I was who I was. And one of the things that I enjoy about that is that I was free to be who I was. Okay. So, you know how it is sometimes, if you're happy all the time, so people don't like that. But I take from, the things that are hard, I take them and I get the good things, and that's who I am. And when I joined the accountability group, I was not in a routine. So I was lacking of that. I was looking for a routine. I was looking for something that helped me with all the issues that I had. And once I did that, it was like my whole life, entire lives changed, you guys. I saw myself too into, oh my God, I'm doing this. I tried this, and people started asking me, hey, what are you doing? So my sponsor reached out to me and said, hey, I think you can do this. And I said, oh, why no? I like to share whatever is good for me. I like to share with other people. And that's how I started. And let me tell you something. For me, even though, I lost like 35 to 40 pounds because I was, overweight. I'm 480, okay? So I'm like teeny. So I look like a little bulb, and my husband never saw me like that. He said, you always look cute. Anyway, so then after I joined, I remember, how much I grow, how many new people that were not right there with me, but they were so supportive, to me. As a matter of fact, I remember having my mother-in-law having a heart attack, and I received so many people that were in that state asking me, do you want me to go over there so I can do something for you, take food? So that, you guys, is so touching in your heart, because even though we are not in the same place, in the same state, we're still a family. I found a family in this team that it just makes my heart just full, because I have never had so many people that are like my friends, like my family. Like if I need something, they're right there, even though they're far away. So to make the story short, I did join. I've been doing this, a year and a half or something like that. And I tell you what, this coaching opportunity has helped me to grow so much in the way I think, the way I do things, and so much empowerment that I am so happy to say that it gave me the courage to do something that I never thought I will be able to do, and is to run a podcast. So last year, me and my daughter and I, we run a podcast, and I would not be able to do this if it would have been for coaching. It's just changed my whole entire life, So I give it back to Steph.
And you know what? I'm going to sort of brag on you a little bit because I think that this is like such an amazing part of what Helen does is she is actually super instrumental in the Latina population. So she does a lot of her groups in Spanish, which is amazing. We have recently grown to France and the UK. So it's really sort of a way of bringing like-minded people together. Yeah. And in a time where there is so much comparison and there is so much judgment, it is a really, we'll touch on this later, but it's a really sort of a safe place and a family. So super, super cool to hear your story. I always kind of get a little bit choked up when I hear people talk about how they started, because it's really, I could have never pictured my life changing the way it did when I signed up, when I hit submit on my coach application. So one of the first questions that Helen and I get when we talk to people about coaching is, and Rachel even said this to me the other day, she's like, well, I don't even really know what you do. Like, what do you do? And that, I love that. And I love that because that means that what we're doing is not scripted. What we're doing is not phony. What we're doing is authentic and it's organic. And that's kind of the way, it's exactly the way that it is supposed to be. So if I were to sum up a day in the life of a coach, it is totally your time. You do all of this work on your own time, on your own schedule, if you want to. We are going to talk a little bit about ways that we work together as communities, as Helen and I are doing tonight. But basically, your business is your business, and you can work as much or as little as you want. But it all comes back to the basics of taking care of yourself first. And we always hear, you know, I don't know how many of you have been in planes, but you always hear that when the airbags drop, you put your own on first before you help other people around you. And that is what this business is. It is living a healthy life for yourself and therefore inspiring other people. And I love to use the analogy of throwing a rock into a lake, right? Such a small little motion or movement, but the ripples can extend so far. And that's kind of what these businesses have become. So when we break down the day in the life of a coach, we actually talk about it in 4 different vital behaviors, 4 different things that we encourage our teams to work on every single day in order to, number 1, keep yourself as healthy and happy as possible, but then also to inspire other people to do the very same thing. So I sort of want to talk you through those 4 vital behaviors, and I'm going to touch on them again later on. But the first of the 4 is to be proof of the products, right? Move your body, eat healthy foods, eat foods that make you feel good, and then supplement with things that make your body feel amazing. And if you are brand new to this Beachbody community, Helen's going to talk about the different type of supplements later and what can be included in all of that stuff. But just know that there will be a way for you to get your body feeling as healthy and happy and well functioning as possible if you put the work in. So number 1 vital behavior is to be the proof that the products work. And the second vital behavior is to invite people, is to talk to people, right? And this is where normally everybody kind of sits back and they get a little nervous and they don't want to be salesy. And we're going to talk about this again and later on in the chat as well. But inviting people, and this is the best way I can sum it up for you, is just being a professional friend maker. It's just being a nice human, right? It's just being a kind person that wants other people to feel great the way that we feel great. We teach our teams all about how to market on social media without being salesy, without being pushy, and just kind of really making it authentic as opposed to, you know, we've all gotten those messages, right? The, hey girl, I haven't talked to you since high school, but I'm starting this business and I think you'd be great for it. I've gotten them, you've gotten them. We don't do any of that. Helen's going to touch on social media in a little bit. But the second vital behavior is just inviting people. It's sharing our journey and inviting people to come along for the ride. The third vital behavior is to get people results. So getting people results means, and this can mean different things for different people. Helen and I run our businesses very similarly in the sense that we run something called challenge groups or fit clubs or whatever your term is. But essentially, it is a private community that is a safe place for people to come in and celebrate their wins and, you know, troubleshoot their obstacles. And it's a really, it's a nice community to be able to go through the ups and downs together, because the most important thing in this journey is not feeling alone. And the third vital behavior is to make sure that you nourish and you feed and you take care of that community and you get people results. And really having support is the biggest component to that. The fourth vital behavior, and the one that people normally shy away from, and I can tell you from experience, I did for the first 2 years, and it was the biggest mistake that I could have made, and that's personal development. Personal development is not pressing play on a workout. It's not, whatever. Oh, someone's just in a waiting room. 1 second. Personal development is going to mean something different for every single person on this call. Personal development for me means getting over anxiety. Personal development for me means beating perfectionism. Personal development for me means getting over emotional eating. I have a very, very big list of issues that I still work through every single day on my journey, and personal development is the most important thing to get us through that. So whatever your limiting belief is, personal development will get you there. I don't know if you can see behind me. You sort of can. I love my kids very much, and they are totally my pride and joy. But my second pride and joy is definitely that bookshelf behind me, because that bookshelf behind me is ram-packed full of personal development books that have, I kid you not, changed my life. Every single day, a coach strives to be better and to learn and to improve and to just really take this life that we have and make it as great as it can be. So the fourth vital behavior of a coach is personal development. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an overview. It is obviously much more complicated than that, and we will go through it again more in detail. I will throw it to Helen now. She's going to talk to you about what's involved in signing up, what the options are for signing up, and then we can continue on after that. So you can go right ahead, my friend.
Okay, so a lot of times people come to me and they ask me, oh my God, what do I have to do? How do I sign up? What all of this involved? But let me give it to you short. I don't want to overwhelm you, which is not really that big of a deal. Because when you join a challenge group, you will have a package. And like she was saying, we have, we got to be proof of the product. We got to work out. We take care of ourselves. And that package cost, it depends on your needs and what you pick. But they start around 100 and something. Okay. So it all depends. But let me tell you, this is not, just don't think about the money, because this is where all your sauce and all your tools are going to be included. So it's like when you are going to the eye doctor and he gives you a prescription, right? And then you go like, okay, I can't see, but I'm only going to get the frame because, I don't want to buy the lenses. So that's just exactly what it is with this challenge pack that you sign up with. You will be getting all your workouts. I mean, just think about having hundreds of different workouts in your digital package that it lets you try one or the other one, and you start in one place. And because this is not a destination, this is a lifestyle. So when you start one, you finish that and you go to the next one. We got hundreds. So let's say you like dancing, we have it. Let's say you like yoga, we have it. Let's say you like cardio, we have it. So you have a whole thing in there for you to pick, right? So in there, you will get either your superfoods, or we have a performance line that is our protein, is our vitamins, it is our pre-workout, and many other things that the person that invited you here is going to conversate with you and see what your needs are and where you want to go, what do you want to accomplish, and all of that, it'll be put all together in there. So it's a complete package. We have the complete solution so that you don't have no gaps. And you guys, one of the amazing things and the best thing that we have right now on that is that a lot of people go to the gym, right? They said, I'm going to work out. They go in there, they don't know what to do. Well, you have your laid out plan, for your workout. But you guys, nutrition is so important. And right now we have 2 nutrition plans that is going to take you to another level. Okay, it's not only doing the exercise, but taking care of the nutrition. So we have nutrition programs for you that you can follow up, and it's not us. Okay, we don't do the meal plans. We don't do none of that stuff. We have we have nutritionists that have put this together so that you can get better results. So in that package, you, depending on what program you pick, like I'm doing a new program that we have, and the tools that you need for that program is going to come in that complete package. So you will not lack from anything. You will have 2 nutrition programs. You will have your tools, 1 whole year of all your workouts. So you guys, where do you get that? Remember when I was paying, I think it was $700 for my gym membership, and now I don't even use it because I have it at home. And especially if you have kids, now that we cannot go anywhere, this is like a safe haven for us. We don't have to stop our journey. And in that package, you will have your coach, and you will have your community with this, which is like the secret sauce, okay? Because it'll help you every day that you go, I don't want to do this. Let me tell you something. When I don't want to do it, because I lead from the front lines and I know there's people that are waiting for me, I can't. I have to do it. So that has kept me consistent every single day. And that is what we do this. So after we finish this, the person that invited you here, she's going to reach out to you, or you can reach out to her, and then you can go over that plan, which one is the best for you. So Steph, back to you.
I think what I love most about what you said is the community, and what's really great about having it be a team-based approach is, like, when you're the coach, you're not like the be all and end all. You're not the professional. You're not the dietitian. You are the friend and the mentor. So what, one of the most common misconceptions is that you have to be at your health and fitness goals to be a good coach. And I am here to tell you that could not be farther from the truth. My business has grown more in the past year, where I've actually been gaining weight for other issues than it ever did when I was at my smallest size. So, and the thing about the groups that we run is you don't have to be the only person fixing all the problems, right? I can't tell you how many times in our private support groups someone has jumped on and been like, oh my gosh, someone just brought a bunch of donuts into the lunchroom and I just want to eat 17 of them. And then, like, seconds later, there's people cheering her on and checking in with her and following up with her at night. And, like, the support really is a team effort, which takes a lot of pressure off of you as the coach. You do not have to be there at everyone's beck and call, which leads me into the next thing I wanted to talk about. And this is a couple, I said to Helen, what are some of the biggest concerns that your prospects give you when you talk to them about coaching? And her and I kind of came up with the two most common ones. And the one that I get all the time is time. I just don't know that I would have the time to do it. And I get that. Like, I totally get that. I can empathize with that. But here's the thing about running your own business. It's like, one of my favorite sayings is, I can do anything, right? But I can't do everything. So while, yes, I do make certain sacrifices in my day to make sure that I get it all done, I never feel like I'm missing out on anything. I have scheduled downtime with my family every single day. I am not attached to my phone by any means. I actually live with my phone on do not disturb. I never, ever get a ding or a ring, or I'm not a slave to this. In fact, I have very set business hours that I work on my business during the day. So when people say that they have concerns about time, I totally get that, but it does not have to be that way. And we will teach you ways to be effective and efficient with the tasks that you're doing, and make sure that you make the most out of the time that you are working on your business, stopping the scroll and just being more focused on what you're doing. One of the greatest tools that we have for our business, and I have it right beside me, I'll show you, is something called a business activity tracker. So a business activity tracker is a form that basically all the top coaches in the network came together and created, and they said, what are the daily tasks that we do that help us make our businesses work every day? And they made a tracker. So every single day, these are the things that I work to get done. And it stops us from having to say, I don't know what to do. What do I do next? And this is like a blueprint for how to build your business and how to be effective and efficient with the time that you do spend on your business. It is very easy to get caught up scrolling or searching, or, going down that rabbit hole of stuff that's really not going to be useful. So this tracker that you get really helps to keep you on the right page, on the right track, helps you to get in, do the things you got to do, and get out. And it is super possible to grow an amazing business in small pockets of time during your day. I can very confidently say that I build my business in max 2 hours a day. Sorry, guys. Max 2 hours a day. While there are people who make it a full-time job, it is very possible to do in a small amount of time if you are doing the right things and you're being consistent and you're following the tracker. So I get the time concern. I get that. And I get that people feel like when you're the coach, you have to be there as soon as your people ask for help, but that is not the way it has to be. So the women on my team know that that's not the way it is, right? It doesn't have to be that way. You can definitely run a business in the pockets of time throughout your day. So I hope that helps a little bit. I know that this tracker gives me such a sense of confidence. It helps me from feeling overwhelmed. It helps me from feeling lost and not knowing what to do or how to grow my business. It really steers me in the right direction. And I know it does for all of my team as well. So Helen's going to talk to you about the next kind of concern that people have. So go ahead.
Yeah, I want to touch about something, because while you were talking about it, I mean, my heart just started pumping and my eyes just tear up, because if somebody would have told me that I was going to be able to do this, I would have said, you're lying, right? And let me tell you this, ladies, I used to work 54 hours a week. I used to be in the situation that by the time I got home, it was already like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and my kids were in bed, right? And they were younger, I think middle school, or I could not go here, or I could not do this or the other, right? So a lot of time, like you said, people say, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do that. But you are running on a full-time and maybe a part-time job, okay? And of course you're not going to have time, but I'm going to tell you something right now. Today, okay? Today I am home. I am home and I get to say bye to my girl every single day. Okay. That's one of the things that I wanted to do when I started coaching. So I work probably maybe 2 hours, you know, but our work is not really that difficult because just working out, that is part of our job. Drinking our superfood, that is part of my job. So you see, it's not really that complicated. It's just that the mindset sometimes gets us out of where we are. So working 54 hours, I found myself being fired because they closed the store. I walked into a store and it was closed, and I didn't even know what the heck I was supposed to do. I felt like my whole life was lost. And I said, whoa, I don't even know how to do the unemployment. So, I went through, you name it, maybe 3 times they closed the store where I was working, different jobs, okay? I ended up without a job. I remember I was making $35,000 a year. And then one day they called me and they said, guess what? We're going to close. So my husband said, you're always closing stores. So what I'm trying to tell you is that I went out early in the morning, came back at night, didn't see my kids. Of course, if you ask me, I will tell you I don't have no time, but 1 hour and a half doing that tracker every day will take you to where I am at today. And that's why I don't stop, sharing this opportunity, because it has changed the life of my kids, my family. Now I take vacations whenever I want. I do whatever I want. So I am my own boss, and my heart just like, I cannot believe that today I'm living this. Okay. So one of the concerns that a lot of people go ahead and tell me is like, oh, I don't like social media. Oh, I don't like this. Or I don't like that. But let me tell you one thing. Just think about when you go to Starbucks and you get that drink that you love. What is the first thing that you do? You go to Facebook, you take a picture, you check into Starbucks, and you let the whole entire world that you were there and that you got this drink that is amazing, and go ahead and go and buy it. So you're selling a product. So if you tell me that you don't like social media, but you do have Facebook or in IG or any of those platforms, yes, you can do this. You don't have to be all day in it, because we have a training that we teach you how to do it right. I don't. I designed my business to work from Monday through Friday. So today I'm done. I'm finished after this call. I'm done, and I am off the whole entire weekend. Okay. So it all depends on you. What do you want? What is your dream? But today I'm going to tell you this, to take the social media on this side, because this is something that you're going to learn. And I am going to ask you today, give yourself permission to dream. Okay? Because a lot of times, that we're home and we're saying, I wish I had something that I don't have to be working 9 to 5. I wish that I can do this, and that. And then when the opportunity is right in your face, because you're doubting or you don't know what somebody else is going to say when you get out there on social media, you tend to say, I cannot do this. But believe me when I tell you that you have all the capabilities to do this. Okay. I am 57. I didn't even know how to work the Facebook. And now I work every platform. Why? Because we help each other. We teach each other. You're not going to be alone doing this. You're going to have people that are going to be there teaching you and training you how to do this, you guys. So social media is just when you go out there and you get that selfie, okay? You don't need to sell a product. We do not sell a product, you guys. Beachbody already has enough money. They do enough commercials. We don't sell a product. What we do is that we tell our story. because there's somebody out there just like you that is waiting for a miracle, that is waiting for something different, that they are praying that they want to get out of that hole. Okay. And let me tell you, and this is a side note, because right now where I'm at in my business, I always ask God, bless my business so that I can bless somebody else. And it's such an amazing thing to be able to go. Thursday is our payday, and say, okay, let me see who am I going to help today, without having to think, do I have enough? I don't have enough, or let me cut from here, let me cut from the other one. Yes, you have to work enough, you have to work hard, but aren't you working for somebody else's dream? Why don't you, instead of working for somebody else's dream, okay, because that's what they tell us all the time. Oh, if you have a job, you got to be grateful for that. Yes, you do, but there's other ways, and this is what we're presenting you today. The freedom for me has been the freedom. So at the beginning, yes, I didn't know what to do, but with my sponsor, she guided me, and she, day by day, I put it in, I put the effort, and look where am I today. I cannot stop telling you guys how much this opportunity can change your life, the life of your children, the life of somebody else that is around you, that you can inspire, just from being out there in the social media. Okay, so back to you.
I love your Starbucks analogy. And it's so true, right? Like, if I had a friend who, my hair is normally very curly. It's I have to put a lot of effort into it to be straight. So if I had a friend who had a really super fast, great hair straightener that cost her like way less than all the other ones on the market, and it was just like it had completely changed her morning routine, and she didn't tell me about that, I'd be really mad at her. I would be like, dude, why are you holding out on me? That kind of thing. Like, I have a need, she has a solution, and it's just sharing information. And that's kind of the way that I look at this business. I don't look at inviting people as salesy. I used to cringe when I did it, but it got to the point where I was like, who am I to hold this back from them? Like, how rude is that to hold this opportunity back from people? And that's why I'm fearless with inviting people now, because it has changed my life so much. And you sit there and you listen to us and you say, that's great, I understand it's changed your life. And you can't understand until you really fully commit to something like this, and you see it come to fruition. But I want to kind of end this part of our chat with this. Every single person who's on this call right now is on this call for a reason. Like, the person who invited you here saw something huge in you to invite you to this opportunity, because we don't just put anybody on our teams, right? I want people on my team who are going to inspire people and care about people's results and care about people's future the way that I do. And that's why the girls that I've invited are on this call. And something in you said, you know what? Yeah, I need something more in my life. And you accepted the invite onto this call. And here you are today. So I hope that the things that we've shared have kind of resonated a little bit with you. I hope that maybe talking about some of the objections that people have, and answering those has been helpful to you. And I hope that you have, been able to see a little bit of yourselves in our stories. We are both, Helen and I, continuously learning, continuously evolving, continuously, in awe of other people and striving to be better in our businesses for our customers. But I'm going to actually go ahead and share my screen now, because this is the part that most people really, really, really want to know about, and that's the income potential. So Helen is amazing and has created this beautiful little graphic for you guys. Numbers are so much easier to comprehend when you, sorry, I need to move this. They're so much easier to understand when you get them kind of get a visual attached to it. So I just want to take you through the first part of this presentation here, and this is all about the money, the money, the money, the money, how you can make an income by being a coach. And this is really sort of the tip of the iceberg, but it's sort of interesting to know what you're getting into and what kind of impact this could make for you and your family. So our compensation plan really has a few different tiers to it. The very first part is commissions. So commissions are like the easiest, quickest way to make an income. This is essentially, there's a lot for you to read here, and I can send this to you guys after if you want, but basically a commission is someone joins your team, your support group, your whatever you want to call it, and they purchase either the workouts or the products or the combination complete package, and you get a commission off of that. This is an instant commission. We get paid weekly, as Helen said, on Thursdays. For us here in Canada, it's Friday, but every single week you get a paycheck based on the commissions that you have earned. The challenge packs, they range depending on the package, anywhere from $50 to $60. This is US here. Us in Canada, it ends up being more like 60 to 70, depending on kind of the conversion. But you get a direct commission anytime anybody signs up with any of the products that we offer. Okay. Helen's going to tell you a little bit about the residual income potential. So you can go ahead.
Yes, this is one of the parts that is really kind of cool, because this is how you or how we make our money. And like I said, we don't sell products, we sell a story, but we give a complete solution. And when somebody signs up with you, you will do that challenge pack, and then from that challenge pack, you will make that commission, like you said, but there's residual income. And that is when, let's say you have one person and they continue on their, for example, their superfood, that will give you around $32 in commission. But hear me out. If you do 3 people in that month, that will give you $90, around $90 if they continue on the next month on that superfood, which we always do because it's, it's one of the best ones out there, and it gives you all your nutrients and all that, right? But when you give someone the complete solution, let's say the package is, $160, you will get, let's say $60, and you got 3, then that equals $180. You see what I'm saying? And that's right there. I know it might be kind of like overwhelming, but once you go through the training and you get used to, you will learn. So, for example, for me, it's funny that my daughter, she's a therapist, right? And she told me, Mom, if I make $500 a week, then I can go ahead and, and get off from it. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm almost making that a week. And she was like, oh, you see, because there's a lot of possibilities when you have residual income. This is not something that is only us, but it's a team effort, okay? It is not that I am making all the money and then whoever is down there or whoever joins, I'm not gonna help him. For me to be growing and doing that income, then I help whoever comes in. So this is a group and a team effort. Don't think it's like, oh my God, once I join, then I won't get, I won't make any money. Now, I know that we have to work hard for those things, but like I said, you're working for your own dreams and for whatever you want. So you determine how much you want to make during, a month. It all depends on you. Okay. So you set goals and then you go into that. But, for example, you have somebody that says, okay, I just want to do the workouts, and that is called our bud. That is Beachbody on Demand. You're going to get $40. So just think if you get 3 people that are doing that, okay? And we're talking about money, and that's why I'm emphasizing on this, but we really focus on helping people, giving them the total solutions, okay? So then you continue on adding and adding and adding every month, and then you will see all that residual income. Back to you.
So this is a really, really fast overview, and this can get confusing, but the third part or the third tier of the compensation plan is all the bonuses. So once you start growing a team, meaning you have signed up not only just customers, but you're now signing up people to be coaches as well, you start earning your regular commissions, your residual income, but then you also earn team income as well. So Noella, for example, is on my team. She is doing phenomenal with her business and a complete rock star. It does not take anything away from my business. In fact, I get bonused through all these different ways that you see here based on her performance. So that's where the team aspect really comes into play, because your team's success is your success. And you know, we are constantly collaborating, we're constantly working together, and really it starts to trickle up into your income, and the potential is really, really huge there. So we could talk way deeper about this, but just know that there are so many different ways that you can earn an income as a coach. And I really love this next part, just to show you what's possible. These are some of the members on our team who have volunteered to share their monthly income progression. It really, just like Helen said, it's a testament to how much you work. You can choose to work really, really hard and make a really, really great income, or you can, as you'll see on the next slide, Helen's going to talk about this. You could work a little bit and earn a little bit of an income, and that is perfectly fine as well. So go right ahead.
You have to, when you come into this business, you have to set some goals, like I was talking before. So you decide where you want to be, where you want to go, how much you want to make, and how many people you want to help. So this is your business. You get to build it the way you want, because it's all online. Okay, so I'm not going to force you to do something that you don't want to go. It is your decision, and you are the one that is going to make the decision. When I started, I did part-time. Now I decided to do it full-time. Okay, so usually everybody starts part-time and then they go into full-time. So you pick your path, and this is what you're going to be in here. You can start your business and work as a discount coach. Some people, they just start because they want to take care of their products. They want to save on their products. And then what happens is that after they start inspiring people, because believe it or not, it's going to happen no matter what. Even if you don't want to, it's going to happen. Then people are going to come and ask you, what are you doing? So it is for the people that are not sure, and they said, I just want to take advantage of the 25% that I get and all the products that I'm going to use. And then the other one, the other path is the hobby coach. So those are the ones that are on a part-time base. Okay, they want to earn a little extra cash. They love the products, they want to help some people, and you might have a full-time job. So that's what we call the hobby coach. And then we have the business builder, and that is where we are. We're all in. Okay, this is what we do. We do this in 2 hours or an hour and a half, and we're full-time coaches, and we are building the business for freedom. Okay, that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be my own boss, and I wanted to be, if I have a headache and I don't want to work, I give myself a day off without having to ask for permission or waiting to see if my vacations were approved. Okay.
Yeah.
So that freedom is for those that are building the business. You're growing a team, which means that you are inviting and you're bringing other people to join you to do the same thing as you do in different levels. So all depends on you. You want freedom, you want it all. That's for you. You're building a business. You just want to do it halfway because you want to earn a little bit of extra cash. Then you are a hobby coach. And then you want to get the advantage of getting discount. That is a discount coach. So after you pick your path, then that's why you will go to your coach and then they will guide you where you need to be. Okay.
I love it. Okay, so this we kind of already chatted about that part. I think that's all we had. Yeah. Okay. So I want to open it up to questions. I know we threw a lot of information at you. Some of it you might have been super familiar with. Some of it might have been completely brand new. Opening up the floor. Anybody have any questions that you want us to address? Any concerns that you have that we can reassure you on? Anything at all? That's normally what happens when I host these because
I have one.
Yeah, good. Go, Joe. Go for it.
Sorry, I was listening and doing my dishes. That's why I took my video off. So how do you, I love that it's not salesy, it's not pushy. You know, I have another gig that I do too. I don't want to be salesy, but how do you start it? Like, I'm interested. I'm not sure what my goal is yet. For now, I just want to start with like one person at a time.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I don't know how to transition from, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we will set up a one-on-one session with you to teach you how to launch your business. Launching your business is basically telling your social media followers that you have something to offer now, right? That they're going to see some changes in your social media, and that's kind of what they can look out for. Now, I will tell you 100%, you're never going to put a post out there and have people flock to you because it does not work like that. People are afraid. So we work together in what we call power hours or in power pockets. And this is basically where we will go through the information that we received, the data that we received. So when you put a post out there and I say, all right, guys, I'm going on this new venture. I've started changing my, health and exercise habits. This is what I'm going to be doing. And this is what you're going to see in my social media. People are going to like it, right? People are going to show you support. We're going to teach you how to then approach those people and thank them for their support and to start a conversation organically, right? You are never going to feel like you are out there friend poaching, right? And desperately inviting people you don't know. It's not how it works. It's relationship marketing. So you're just going to do you. You're going to do you and you're going to post about it on your social media. The people who need what you have to offer are going to watch, they're going to follow, they're going to like, they're going to comment, and we're going to help you feel comfortable with reaching out to them, starting a dialogue, and then getting down to the root of what their goals are so that you can help them get started efficiently with the program. But it all starts with like making a launch post, and we will certainly help you with that.
Perfect. Thanks.
Anything else?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What if you don't have a following, or do you have to have a public profile, or what if you're not comfortable having a public profile?
Yeah, that's totally doable. A lot of people have it private. It's more difficult. I'll say for sure it's probably going to be more difficult if it's private, but it is totally doable. One of the things on this tracker every single day is to add contacts, right? You're going to add contacts from people that you just connect with in day-to-day life, right? Like the way you would if you were not building a business. You're going to meet people, you're going to make friends, you're going to run into people. So you will be adding people to your network every single day, but it's totally doable on a private platform.
Yeah, if I can chime in, when I started, I didn't know what to do. And let me tell you this, I started like changing, and then my family saw what I was doing and they asked me, what I was doing, and then they joined me. So lots of time you start like with your sisters because they want to know what you're doing. You're changing so much that they ask. And then from there, your sister might have a friend that's seen, it's going to see her or sees you. And then they ask. It's just, you go out there and you do your stuff. Like every morning I do the same thing. And I have people that they say, I've been watching you. You see, I don't sell. They've been watching me. I do what I do, and then they get inspired, and then they come and they ask me, what is it that you're doing? Or I build a relationship. I love to know other people and build relationships instead of like, hey, you want to join me? You want to buy this? No, that's not how we work.
And another thing, to go back to what Alicia was asking too, I mean, a lot of people, as I mentioned, like the personal development is such a huge component to this. A lot of people will grow as they share, and you'll become more comfortable with things the more you share. And when you start getting the messages back from people, and I could show you them, I have a whole library of them on my phone, the messages back from people saying, that thing that you posted the other day completely turned my day around. Like people I don't know, right? Or the people who send you the heartfelt message that like what you shared, like completely resonated with them, or, moved them or whatever. When you share openly, vulnerable things, like a lot of you guys follow me and you know that I share a lot of, really personal stuff. That was not always the case. But what happens is the more people benefit from you, like it's at the point now where I feel selfish not sharing it with everybody, right? But that does not need to be the way you start this. It does not even need to be the way that you go at the end of this, right? You can do it all privately, but you will grow in confidence as you share as well. Okay. I want to be super respectful of your time. I know we just hit 9 o'clock. So I really kind of want to drive home the fact that anybody can coach. Anybody can coach, any age, any, phase of life, any size, any ability, whether you're an extrovert, whether you're an introvert, anybody can coach. The only thing that you need to be a coach is the desire to help people, right? For whatever reason. And being coachable, wanting to learn, right? Wanting to always improve yourself and wanting to help other people along the journey. That is literally all you need to be a coach. And I'll finish with this. And I know there's a question someone had asked, is there a rule about running 2 different businesses online? Does Beachbody have one? Yes, there's compliance and there's things that you have to abide by. You can't be actively building very successful businesses in both. You can dabble in one while you're building big in the other, and vice versa. And we can talk a little bit about your unique situation, Joanne or Jody, but you can certainly, anybody can share their workouts on their Facebook, right? And some people do and they're not coaches, right? So there's no limitations that way. I think it just depends on how you approach it. We can talk about that. But now's the time, my friends. You're on this call for a reason. You accepted the invite to this call for a reason. If you are brand new to this community and you are not already a Beachbody member, all of the challenge packs, the complete packages that Helen talked about, they're all on sale right now. We all have promo codes that we were given this month to make it even more affordable for you. And let's not forget that September's around the corner, right? We are emerging from this most crazy season of life that we have ever been in. And we are just desperate for a little bit of normalcy and a little bit of routine. And with school right around the corner, and people just being so desperate for normal, consistent routine, this is the time. This time right now to launch a business right as people are finally getting ready to send their kids back to school, you know, regardless of where you live. This time right now is money. It is a brilliant time. Brilliant time.
I just had a question.
Yeah.
Those challenge packs for MBF.
Yeah.
What's the last day for the sale for that?
We don't normally know until it's over. It'll go till the end of the month for sure.
Okay.
I don't know what September 1st will bring.
Okay.
But yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Helen, any final words from you, or can we let these lovely people get on with their evening?
Well, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my life and my story with you ladies. And believe me when I say that this will change your life, but the best part is that you get to change the life of other people. That's the max.
Yeah. I like I said earlier, every time I you know, it's not always easy and some days are harder than others, but anytime I get those messages where people are just so thankful for what I do, I screenshot the crap out of those messages, and I have a folder in my phone and on my phone, and it's called evidence. And anytime I'm having a rough day or I'm second guessing myself or I'm feeling unworthy, I scroll through those messages, and like, there's no way to describe it until you get your first message from someone saying that they that they've had their life changed. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining. I appreciate every single one of you for coming on. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. We will certainly be in touch with you. I am so grateful for you, Helen, for hosting this with me tonight. It is so nice to collaborate, and also to all of you guys for joining us. So thank you so much. And we'll be in touch. Okay. Have a good night, you guys. Bye.